You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
And good morning, everyone. Sure hope you're having a great morning so far. A nice crystal clear and beautiful start to the day. That's a live look there from our Maryville camera looking off to the eastern, southeastern sky. From Maryville to the Smoky Mountains, and absolutely gorgeous there. Now we'll take you up into Hardin Valley, and everything's nice, quiet, and calm. That's a live view there from Hardin Valley here at this hour. And it's a beautiful start to the day. Crystal clear skies, and that's really going to be the trend throughout the day today. So enjoy that. It's currently 30 degrees right now in and around the Hardin Valley, Carnes community, Solway. So definitely a chilly start to the day. Downtown Gatlinburg's coming in at 34 with a dew point of 25, a light wind. It feels like 30 degrees. So it doesn't take much of a little bit of a breeze to make it feel just a little bit colder this morning. And how about this crystal clear view from Sevierville? This is from Gatlinburg Brewing Company. It's currently 28 degrees there on the Parkway with a light wind. And not much of a feels like temperature or wind chill value this morning, but dew points are at 27. So we don't have a ton of frost forming this morning, even though temperatures are in the 20s, due to the fact that we continue to have some pretty dry air in the low levels of the atmosphere. But that's going to be changing here over the next 24 hours as we start to see that moisture creeping on into the area. And once again, the Weather Channel is melting this morning. It's 7:02, by the way. How you doing this morning? Everyone doing good? Wasn't yesterday just an absolutely picture-perfect day? Well, if you liked yesterday, you're going to love today as well. So we're looking at some gorgeous weather to work its way back into the area before our next cold front swings in throughout the day tomorrow. So let's go and talk about those weather headlines here. Let's see if we can't get to those weather headlines. There we go. All right, so the weather headlines for the day today and the next several days. Sunny, warm. Increasing high clouds late. So if you like to take those sunrise and sunset photos, grab your cameras. I think we'll have a pretty darn good sunset later on tonight as we just see some very high thin clouds. Shouldn't be a lot of cloud coverage, but just a few high thin clouds to provide us a nice sunset. Increasing wind and rain tomorrow. It is going to be a rather breezy and gusty day on Thursday, and then a slight chance for maybe some light rain early Saturday morning as we have another little disturbance swinging its way on through. So that's kind of the change in the forecast. Not an all-day washout Saturday, not expecting a lot of rain, but if you have any early morning travel plans or any outdoor plans early Saturday morning, probably more bark than bite with cloud coverage rather than rainfall, but I'll show you what that looks like here in a moment. And then more sunshine and warming temperatures as we get into next week. By a show of hands, well, you can't really see, I can't see your hands, but by a show of hands, how many of you are ready for some temps in the 70s? Well, you may be in luck. And if you saw my social post already this morning, I said, hey, you know what? These kind of days today, tomorrow probably a little bit too breezy, but today is going to be a great day to enjoy maybe a patio day. Some lunch on a patio, but only if you're in the direct sunlight. If you're in the shade, it's going to still have that cool feel to the air. You can see our 24-hour temperature changes. Well, we're trending a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday. Not a big deal there. Looking at the numbers, we're in the 20s and 30s. So, yeah, still a chilly morning, but a little bit of a roller coaster ride when it comes to those morning low temperatures. They're going to be up and down and all around here over the next several days, over the next 4 days. But right now, let's go ahead and get you out the door. So if you just need to hit the road here this morning, here's your forecast for the day today. We're going to see plenty of sunshine, increasing high-level clouds. We'll be in the mid-50s by noon. That's why I said if you're in the direct sunlight, it'll feel more like 60. So maybe a light jacket in the direct sunlight lunch patio should be fantastic. And then we'll top out in the 60s. But not just low 60s. We're talking about low, mid, and upper 60s, possibly even closer to 70. If you're traveling southbound or joining us from Athens to Cleveland, Soddy Daisy, Whitwell, or Chattanooga area, it is really going to be that. That is like the perfect patio day. So Chattanooga, get out and enjoy some of those awesome patios and some of those great restaurants that you have in your town. All right, 59 degrees as we get into the 6 o'clock hour. So your evening forecast is going to be a nice evening ahead of us. So we're in the low 50s by 8. And by 10 o'clock tonight, we'll drop down into the upper 40s. So really a nice evening. If you want to do some steaks in the backyard, here tonight should be a nice night for that. Now, it's not going to be as cold tomorrow. Why? There's a couple, at least tomorrow morning, there's a couple things going on. There's a southerly flow to the atmosphere that's helping to pump in a little bit more moisture. You add more moisture, dew points climb, low temperatures come up as well. Plus, we'll have a few more high clouds that will trap in a little bit of that heat that we generate throughout the day today. And then we're looking at a warm and breezy day. So those winds are going to be out of the southwest ahead of the cold front. And those winds are going to be gusting anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour or more across the higher terrain. So we are looking at a breezy and gusty day tomorrow, but that's ushering in the warmer weather. That's also pumping in the moisture. So here's your future cast for your Thursday. This is not today. This is tomorrow. We'll see a few scattered showers for the second part of the day. Into the evening rush hour, could have a few scattered rain showers developing around the area. But then the cold front's going to be coming on in as we get past sundown to about 10 o'clock at night, so bedtime hours. We'll see the cold front bringing us some scattered showers. Now, not looking at a lot of heavy rainfall necessarily, not looking at any severe weather threat, so no severe weather threat. But obviously, as we get into the spring months, we'll be talking more about potential severe weather, and then it races its way on out. So as we wake up on Friday morning, we're likely to have some wet roads around the area, but that should be about the extent of it. The clouds will be with us throughout the day on Friday. I think we'll see some clearing, and then the clouds will return Friday night into Saturday morning as that next little wave in the atmosphere moves on through. We're not talking about a ton of rain Thursday night and Friday morning. We're looking at anywhere from a quarter to, generally speaking, I'll just call it about a half an inch of rainfall. It's kind of been back and forth from a quarter to 3/4, so we'll just cut it in the middle and say, generally speaking, about a half an inch, probably less than that across the Southern Valley. So your 3-day forecast will be in the 60s today and tomorrow. Increasing wind and rain tomorrow, decreasing clouds throughout the day on Friday, but then increasing Friday night and into our Saturday morning as we have another disturbance on the way. So I'll talk more about that here in just a moment. Give a big shout out to the National Weather Service here in East Tennessee. They're in Morristown. I was actually at Manley Elementary School yesterday. So if Rebecca Skeen's on here this morning, I know she typically is, I went and spoke to her third grade class. She is amazing. The third graders were amazing. And there was one student that there's always like one student that just is brilliant. And there was one student in that class that just happened to know a lot of things. And I was like, are you going to be a meteorologist when you grow up? Because you should. Because you know a lot of things. She was really, really smart. Had a great time. And actually, Anthony's daughter is I think he said she's a student teacher. Don't quote me on that. I think she's a student teacher at Manley Elementary School. So I actually met her yesterday, not knowing that was his daughter, knowing that I was going to go talk to Anthony and the crew over at the National Weather Service after I spoke to the elementary school. It was just nice to go in and chat with those. Listen, the National Weather Service is amazing, right? They cover the entire country. Well, not these guys. They cover East Tennessee, but they're the ones who issue the watches and warnings. They're the ones who really have that governmental forecast. And they work really, really hard every single day to put out that forecast every day. And, of course, we're all meteorologists, so we all kind of take our own little, personal thoughts and feelings on the forecast. They're not to say I'll be all, nor am I. But we are a group, and we work together. And we actually have a meeting this morning. I think it's at 10:30 this morning with the National Weather Service talking about El Nino. So I'm going to take a bunch of notes. I'll take some screen grabs of the graphics that they issue, and we will be talking about that tomorrow morning about El Nino. And then a side note, Severe Weather Awareness Week starts on Sunday. So we'll be talking about Severe Weather Awareness Week. We're talking about, from the Storm Spotter program to lightning safety, tornado safety, the difference between watches and warnings, NOAA weather radios. Do you have your NOAA weather radio? So I'll be talking about that on the broadcast all next week. So make sure you tune in. I'll have extra stuff on YouTube. I'll have extra stuff on the 24-hour channel, and I will talk more about that, of course, here for the live broadcast. But again, Severe Weather Awareness Week starts next week on Sunday, so we'll be talking more about that. All right, anybody have any travel plans around the region? Let's take a look at the big picture pattern here for just a second, and then we'll come back to the chat and say good morning to everybody. But look at these temperatures. I mean, it's going to be amazing. Beautiful weather on the way. I mean, Memphis is going to make it to near 70 today. Same with Nashville, Chattanooga. We'll stay in the low to mid 60s here around East Tennessee for the most part. Tomorrow, we'll see those temperatures come up. And then on Friday, we'll see that trough dig in, and that's going to drop our temperatures just a skosh. Just a little bit on Friday. Not a big deal, and really not much of a cool down because we've been talking about it for the last couple of days, but it seems to appear that there is a warm-up to round out the month of February and start the first week of March. But as we get these warm temperatures, don't get out and do any planting yet. We can start to do some spring cleanup, but no planting yet because, we can't plant quite yet. It is much too soon. All right, so you'll see those rain chances ramp up on Thursday. That 40% is going to be for the latter part of the day, the second part of the day anyways, and then likely a 100% chance of rain as we head off to bed on Thursday night, and then those rain chances kind of dwindle. But notice Saturday, I've added about a 20% chance of rain on Saturday, and that should be first thing in the morning. So let's go ahead and walk you through those details here. Again, in the short term, we pick up our timeline Thursday morning. Here comes our frontal boundary. And notice it's all liquid precipitation, even across the Ohio Valley. So we have a nice little push of warm air that really not much snow even up into New England. We'll see a little bit of snow over towards the Adirondacks and New York and whatnot, but that's about it. Our cold front swings on through, bringing us some scattered showers as we get into our Thursday night, Friday morning, and then exit Friday afternoon. But notice to the top left-hand side of the screen, another cold front is on the way. And that's this not going to do much. Again, it's just going to bring us a bit of cloud coverage as we head through the day on Saturday morning. So Friday night, Saturday morning time frame. Generally speaking, about a quarter to an inch of rain around the region. Around the state of Tennessee, we're probably looking at more of a quarter to upwards of a half an inch of rainfall. And that would be Thursday night, tomorrow night, into Friday morning. Now, I like to show you this map every once in a while, okay? So this is called mid-level energy and spin. This is vorticity. I talked about the kids yesterday, how the atmosphere is so big. When we get cumulonimbus clouds, they go up to 65,000 feet. Airplanes typically fly, about 35 to 45,000 feet. And so airplanes have to dodge thunderstorms. So this is at about, 15, 18,000 feet in elevation. And this lets us know disturbances in the atmosphere. Well, as we go from Friday night to Saturday morning, look at this. Here comes that next little disturbance that's going to swing and dive its way across the Appalachian region and move its way on out. That's just another little wave in the atmosphere that produces rising air. And so what does that do? That brings us more cloud coverage than anything else. You can see our futurecast is not picking up on much on the way of rain or precipitation, even snowfall. Not even really any snowfall to speak of as we get into our Friday night and Saturday morning. Clouds will be with us to start Saturday and then should start to exit throughout the day on Saturday. But take a look at this temperature trend. This is amazing. While we'll be in the 60s today and tomorrow, we'll drop into the 50s Friday, Saturday, back into the low 60s Sunday, and then how about next Tuesday? Anybody excited for some low 70s? Again, don't get out and start planting yet. There's much too early for that. Now, morning lows are a little bit more of a roller coaster ride, up and down and all around. Coldest mornings will come through, say Saturday and Sunday morning, and also next Wednesday. But other than that, we'll have 40s and maybe even low 50s for morning lows. As we've been talking about this week so far, the Climate Prediction Center has predicted the potential for above-average weather to round out the month of February and start the month of March, and may even last for the first week of March. So we are looking at some warmer weather to work its way back into East Tennessee. So let's say good morning to everybody. If you got the information that you needed this morning, have a great day. If you're joining us on Roku or Amazon Fire, if you're like, I think it's Katrina who drives to work and listens to the chat on the way to work. So maybe she got her weather information and now it's time to hit the road. You can keep it. If you have like CarPlay in your car, you can keep it listening to the conversation. But again, who's excited for some 70s? Anybody excited for some 70s? Let's see who's on here this morning. We've got the classics, RD and Katrina. We've got Melinda and Sandra on here. It's going to be a gorgeous day. She said she washed her car yesterday. It was a perfect day to do so. I washed mine the day before that. And it's just, isn't it nice just to get a nice, clean car? I mean, somehow, I don't know how it is, and I don't know about your car. My dad and my dad and my brothers are very particular about their car. They stay clean all the time. They car wash them all the time. But me, not so much. I don't drive the nicest car in the world, and I don't really care. But the inside, sometimes, you pick up the mail, you look at the junk mail instead of taking it inside and throw it in the trash can. Sometimes it ends up on the floorboards, and so every once in a while, you got to be like, okay, nobody can get in my car. It's time to clean this thing up. So got a chance to do that. But it's just nice to have a nice, clean car. So Dwayne says today started off beautiful, nice big orange glow in the horizon here in Von Orr, along the Little Tennessee River, and I suppose you probably grabbed a photo. I know some of you have posted some photos through the East Tennessee Weather app. I was trying to get those up this morning. Just kind of ran out of time. Had a little bit of a mess with the dog in the kennel. She's kenneled at nighttime, and she just made a mess. So that kind of, I think, ruined the start of the day for my wife as I was out here. Now I got to go help clean that up after the broadcast this morning. So, yeah, welcome to puppy life, I suppose. Jerry says she hopes everyone has a nice, warm, nice day. Anyways, Katrina saying, ready for the warmth. Whoop, whoop. Oh, man. And I got another school visit, by the way, today. I'm going to be heading off to Wallen Elementary School, and I'm going to be stopping in Maryville to talk to one of my advertisers. You'll see her on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. And I'm going to be chatting with her. She ordered an umbrella and a T-shirt, so I'm going to be swinging that by her office today. So again, we're going to be talking about the National Weather Service about El Nino, what that looks like as El Nino's weakening right now. What does that look like as we get into the spring months? Our biggest severe weather Typically happens with La Nina or neutral years, not El Nino years. But as El Nino starts to weaken, maybe that starts to ramp up our severe weather season. So we'll see how it all plays out, and I'll pass along the information to you tomorrow about the weather service and about El Nino and what they'll be talking about. Let's see. Nice. Brian, you're going to bring me some merchandise on March 8th? Nice. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Crested Butte, baby. Who's going to come see us on March 8th? Anybody? Looks like Brian's going to be there. That's going to be a lot of fun. So Chacha says, good morning. How will the weather be Friday? My daughter is getting married downtown Knoxville between 3:30 and 6 o'clock at night, and it should be just fine. Should be just fine. So great. I'm assuming she's getting married outside, maybe. But congratulations, Cha-Cha. It's a big time, right? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you sad? Do you like him? Or should I say, do you like them? Can't assume it's always a him, I suppose. All right, here we go. Good morning, Kathy. Remember, TK's Gourmet Food Wagon today is going to be... Tom, where are you going to be again? You're going to be in Maynardville at... see if I can remember. Oh, I can't find it. Gerbil Spinning. I can't find it. Tell me, Tom. So if anybody's in and around Union County, TK's Gourmet Food Wagon is going to be in Union County this morning. So go enjoy some sunshine and grab some awesome cooked meals from Tom and his wife. They do some amazing work. And I think he said he was doing some classic burgers and hot dogs, some of the classic barbecue stuff. Kimberly says it's almost time for our meet and greet. We are getting close. Just like 3 weeks away. That's going to be a lot of fun. And the merch has been ordered, so hopefully that comes in time with the umbrellas and the shirts. The shirts I have from smalls to 3XL, but after going through round number 2 of my shirts, I figured out that mediums, larges, and extra larges are the number one purchase shirts, and so those are the ones I don't have anymore. So I had to order some more of those. Oh yeah, it is Hump Day today. Where's Buck? Buck's not on here. Hump Day. Everyone have a great Hump Day today. It's gonna be a great day for Hump Day. Let's see here. Katrina Kitts says she loves all the warmer weather coming our way. I agree. I'm ready for some warmth. I'm kind of, we had our good snowstorm this year. We haven't had too many Arctic blasts except for that week of the snow. I'm ready for some warmer weather. Cha-Cha's clapping to some 70s. Hello, Irving. Irving's joining us from Kodak this morning. Nice that you can join us here this morning. So Kimberly says the inside of her car is terrible because of the grandkids. Yeah, same with mine, because of my kids. And I typically make them clean up their sides of the back seats. But, when you're driving by a car wash, you're like, all right, that's it. I gotta clean this thing up. So Felicia says, we listen every morning dropping off the kiddos. My youngest, Andrea, said, you sound like the Muse programs at school. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I'm not quite sure. It is beautiful in Halls. Good morning, Katrina. There you are, Buck. So you keep your car and motorcycle clean like a whistle, do you? Yeah. Well, it's hard to make a motorcycle dirty. I mean, you can shine it up, but you can't really stack it up with stuff. Right? Like mail and stuff. That's probably the bonus side about a motorcycle. Plus, you get better gas mileage. And you get to feel the air blowing through your hair, Buck. And you have some hair. Unlike me, mine's going away. You have plenty of it. It is a little bit frosty in Corrington this morning, so some of those low-lying sheltered areas, yeah, they're going to be a little frosty this morning. But we don't have a lot of widespread frost considering the temperatures, because the temperature and the dew point just are not too close together. Tom's going to try to give it his best shot to come for the 8th. You better, Tom. You better. I'm relying on you, pal. And they will have food trucks there. It's between 6 and 8 o'clock, so Orange Hat does have their own food truck, and they actually have some really good food. So If you're looking for some dinner and some conversation and maybe a beer or two, come say hi on March 8th. Cody's coming. Yeah, buddy. I'll be excited to meet you. Jorge's coming. Nice. And when you come, don't be afraid. Please don't be shy to come up. I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? Don't be shy. Come up, say hi. Let's have the conversation. Let's get a group of us together. I'll have a table and a booth set up with all my merchandise. So, and I do have a couple ways to do it. I can message you a one-time payment link. I can send you, we can do, I've set up an East Tennessee Weather PayPal link, or you can pay cash as well. Remember, $35 for hats, $25 for shirts, and about $45 for the umbrellas. Well, we'll do $40. How about that? Because I don't have to ship them. We'll do that. Although I was talking to Lee the other day, and his umbrellas in his shop, because they're Titleist umbrellas, and he works at the golf pro shop at the Knoxville Municipal Golf Course. He's like, they were like $60, $65. I was like, yeah, because you're paying premium for a Titleist, the name, right? It's like when you wear Polo or any premium product, you're going to pay for the name before the product. Although the products are better, for sure. All right, 10:30 to 1 is Tom's going to be. Where are you at again, Tom? Was it Maynardville Middle School? Something like that? I think it was Maynardville Middle School. Melissa's excited for the sunshine and the warmer temperatures. Yeah. Buck, you need an XL, a double XL? I've got that for you. They fit really nice, though, and they are nice shirts. I will say that. They don't shrink when you wash them, which is key, right? There's nothing but worse than buying a T-shirt, and you throw it in the dryer, and all of a sudden it shrinks up to nothing, and you're like, oh, come on. Now it's an extra small. Nobody wants that. Can it be payday already, though? Yeah, I wish. Still waiting for my payday, Cody. Tom, you need a medium and a hat? I thought I gave you one. I guess I didn't. When I saw you when's the last time I saw you and your wife? That was in Anderson County. I guess I didn't have any, did I? So, yeah, I've got one for you there, Big Tom. Although you're not so big, are you there, buddy? I'll call you Little Tom. No, I won't call you that. I'll just call you Tom. Good friend of mine. We clink every once in a while. Right, Tom? Clink. Too early to clink this morning, Tom. It's not 7 o'clock p.m. It's 7 o'clock a.m. It's actually 7:23 right now. Lee is going to be leaving for Florida tomorrow. My daughter has a gymnastics competition in St. Petersburg. Are you driving or are you flying? And I suppose you probably haven't gotten your merch yet. Otherwise, you probably would have said so on the chat. But, Lee, your merch is on the way. So hopefully you get that in the next couple of days. But I guess if you're leaving tomorrow, well, it's going to be sitting on your front porch. Because it should get there before you get back. Cody's ready for the warm weather, but he did want another snowstorm. Well, listen. The blizzard happened in March. Just saying. But the signals in the atmosphere don't look like we're going to see much in the way of much colder or snowier weather. One model forecast has been flipping back and forth on the fact that maybe we get a little bit of snow again here by the middle to end of the month. Middle of March. But it keeps flip-flopping back and forth, so only time will tell, and I'll keep you posted on that. It's hard to want snow. When we start to hit 70s, it's like, okay, I'm done with winter. Let's not have any more cool downs. But typically it's the case, and that's why you can't plant too early. Rhonda's ready to get her hands in the soil. Yeah. I really do want to get my raised beds back up and running this year. So maybe I will. We'll see. They're sitting in my backyard. I'm just trying to find the best spot in our backyard to put them where it's out of the way, but not out of the way, because if it's too far out of the way, then you don't maintain your vegetables and in the garden as well. I just think, and it takes a lot of work. But I'd like to get my garden back up and running this year. I used to have one, not necessarily the best of a green thumb. I'm not great at it, but I try my best. Betty says her car's awful. Time to get your car cleaned there, Betty. Felicia says it's a good thing. She loves the Muse science programs, and the Muse is absolutely great. It's great. They have great programs. They have some new stuff as well. I've got another concert at Mill and Mine tomorrow. Are you going, Buck? Elvis Costello's wife is coming, huh? Diana Krall. at the Tennessee Theater. That's on Saturday. Buck, you are a concert-going machine, my friend. And I think you messaged me that said you've been to, like, what was it, like 10,000 concerts or something like that? I used to keep all my concert tickets back in the day, but I have since thrown them away. I do take cash. Cash is king. You must do a little Dave Ramsey there, Buck. Nobody else says cash is king like Dave Ramsey. Do I think I'll have the mugs by March 8th? Probably not. I'm working on those right now. Probably not, but maybe. So we'll see. But I will get those soon because those are have been, well, they've not actually, I've not officially put the order in for the mugs yet because I'm trying to design them. So I'm doing all my own artwork too. So everything you see, I have done myself. And so I'm trying to come up with a cool mug. So if you have a great idea for a cool coffee mug for me, I mean, I'm going to do a Wake Up with Witcher. I'm going to do an East Tennessee weather one. Maybe a cool slogan, weather slogan one. So we'll see. Let's see. Not Orange Hat Distillery, Orange Hat Brewery, Cody. But yeah, so March 8th, Orange Hat Brewery in Hardin Valley. So it's off of Hardin Valley Road and basically Pellissippi Parkway. It's really easy to get to. Toffee's clinking coffee this morning. I'll clink coffee. I've got my wife's mug this morning. Hello, madame. Mwah. Got an espresso with a splash of some salted caramel and a little splash of almond milk. Kind of cold now, but Jorge, I am planning on having some merchandise at the get-together next month. So, yep. So bring some cash or whatnot. Kimberly doesn't want to see any more snow again. So Buck says, trout fishing at Duck Pond in Fountain City. Is that today? I love how they do that. You know, you see a bunch of people at the Fountain City Trout Pond. And I love how they stock it as well. He goes, don't forget the trout stamp, even at the Duck Pond. Not quite sure what that means, Buck, but do you have to have, like, a stamp to do some trout fishing at the Duck Pond? Hey, Betty, if your husband keeps telling you to clean up your car, maybe, hubby, maybe you could do it for her. Unless, Betty, you're particular about your car, which maybe not so much. If it's dirty. Cody doesn't mind cleaning the car, but he hates trying to clean the windows. Yeah, it's always the worst, isn't it? Buck's been over 1,000 concerts in 44 years. That is amazing. $16 Bonnaroos, 7 Ozfest, 21 other festivals, to name a few. That's a lot. Can kids come to the meet and greet? Yes, they can. I know because it's family friendly, but you have to watch your kids. So Orange Hat, and once you get past 6 o'clock, it starts to become a little bit more adult-like. Not like a bar, but a little bit more adult-like. Just make sure your kids have something to entertain themselves because they had some issues for a while where they had a little kids zone. But the problem was adults were sitting outside having beers, and the kids were on the inside playing. And so it's not, it's not a daycare. It's a brewery. And so something to keep in mind. But yeah, I believe kids are welcome. Lee says, that sounds good. What kind of Nespresso pods do you use? I don't know. I just buy the Nespresso ones. Although there is an Instagram hack or whatever, like a real hack that says you can take those Nespresso pods, tear off the top layer of like the aluminum foil or whatever it is, and then they have sticky aluminum foil. So then you can put your own coffee in there because the code on the espressos is underneath that pod, not on top. And then you can actually make it a little bit cheaper. Because those Nespresso pods run about $1.50 a coffee, which is cheaper than Starbucks for sure, or any coffee shop. But Still kind of becomes a little pricey. Oh, Aaron says the trout stamp is an add-on to your standard fishing license. So if you fish at the duck pond, do you have to have a standard fishing license? I guess that's the question. But good to know. I did not know that. Oh, he can't. He's in a wheelchair. Oh, all right, Betty. We'll take it to like one of those all-you-can-do car washes and have them do it for you. That sounds like a plan. Vincent says, nice to see the sun peeking through this morning. Yeah, good morning to you, Vincent. He's one of my advertisers on here. You'll see him pop up in the bottom left-hand side. He's a lineman. And any activity going on in the Northeast that you've been to recently, Vince? TWR have to have a trout stamps or they will take your cash and car. And poles in the Smokies. Yeah. So Kelly says, hey, Mike, I asked you about a few days ago back. You said you were watching the 29th. It's forecast to be 71 on the 28th. I think March is going to be in like a lamb. True. And I have some notes here. So, well, I said February 28th to 29th, rain to snow. And I believe we still have another system swinging on through about that time frame. So we'll see how it all plays out. March 2nd, colder air maybe, March 10th and 9th, and March 16th. So we'll see how it all plays out. But the above average temperatures look to be likely. So we may be heading into March like a lamb, which means, are we out like a lion and severe weather season starts to ramp up? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Irvin says his wife's car is clean, but his truck, not so much. You lost saws in all your trucks. That's funny. Your girls are 10 and 12, Felicia. Mine are 8 and 10. And I have 2 boys, almost to be 9 and 11. We have a May and June babies. May and June are very busy in my family. We've got a lot of May babies, got a lot of June babies in my family. Yeah, you don't have to have a trout stamp when fishing inside the national park. I did not know that. That's good to know. Good morning, Eva. She's joining us from Newport this morning. Vince says, a couple of small half-day storms. Are you seeing any action in the Northeast? Not a ton. Not a ton. They're going to continue to get more snow than we will as the cold air is still trapped up there, but it just doesn't look too crazy so far, but I'll keep you posted. Kelly, have a great Wednesday. We sure hope you have a great Wednesday. All right, let's go ahead and recap the weather forecast here, and then we'll kind of wrap things up here this morning. But again, to recap, it's nice. Let's go back to some live views here around town and show you what that looks like. That's a live view in Hardin Valley. Nice little glow in the sky here this morning to get the day started. That's one of my live cameras in Hardin Valley this morning. Still working still working hard to try to get those live on the 24-hour channel, on the app, and on the website. That's a live view there in downtown Gatlinburg. It's currently 32 degrees, so nice, quiet, and chilly start to the day in downtown Gatlinburg. And let's go back to I love this shot. This is one of my favorite shots. It just looks so cool. Crystal clear. That's in Sevierville, looking at the Smoky Mountains. So your weather headlines for the day today. Sunny, warm, increasing high clouds late should provide us with a nice sunset. Increasing wind and rain Thursday, late in the day anyways. A slight chance for some light rain, maybe early Saturday morning, but more cloud coverage than anything else. And then more sunshine and warming on into our Sunday. Temperatures are trending just a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday, with temps currently in the 20s and a few pockets of 30s. When we look ahead through the day today, we're going to see those temperatures climb into the 60s here this afternoon, pushing even close to 70 near Chattanooga. And that's going to make for a nice evening around town, with temps hovering in the upper 50s by 6, low 50s by 8. And by 10 o'clock tonight, we'll be in the upper 40s with a mild start to our day tomorrow. We'll be in the 30s and the 40s. Our winds will be gusting tomorrow. So out ahead of that cold front, we've got high pressure across the southeastern coastline, low pressure moving on through. That tightens the pressure gradient. That's what blows the wind. The winds will be out of the southwest, gusting to about 25 to 35 miles per hour throughout the day. And we should stay mostly rain-free for most of the day, But as we get into the evening rush hour, dinner, and bedtime, here comes the rain. The rain's going to settle on in Thursday night into Friday morning. Heaviest rain's probably going to be closer to about 8 to midnight, and then the rain comes to an end. We'll see some gradual clearing throughout the day on Friday before our next disturbance moves through Saturday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, bringing us more cloud coverage than anything else, but can't rule out some light rain showers as it stands right now. Not a huge rainmaker, but we'll pick up anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain, so we'll cut it in the middle and just call about 1/2 an inch of rain Thursday night and Friday morning. It doesn't last too terribly long. And then we'll make it to about 59 degrees on into our Friday afternoon. When you look at your temperature trend over the next 7 days, a beautiful weather pattern next week with how about some upper 60s to low 70s. That sounds amazing to me. Hopefully it sounds amazing to you as well. Hey, by the way, I was going to highlight, we do have, we did it yesterday. So today's national holidays are National Grain-Free Day. Okay. And National Sticky Bun Day. Okay. There we go. So if you like sticky buns, today is National Sticky Bun Day. All right. All right, I got to get going because I do have a meeting with the National Weather Service coming up here in just a couple of hours. I got to keep everything running smoothly here this morning. And then I have another school visit today in Walland. And I've not seen her on here this morning, but if Rebecca Skeen is on here, make sure you send me those photos from the school visit yesterday so I can post those on social media later on this afternoon. And we are going to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Then you'll get a little update on everything that's going on. A new sponsorship came on board as well, Knoxville Window and Doors. So if you're looking for new windows or new doors, Knoxville Windows and Doors is a new sponsorship early this morning on the 24-hour weather channel. So you'll see them coming up here in just a moment. But in the meantime, we sure hope you all have a wonderful and safe day. I will see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher bright and early tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short, my friends.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rusty's exclusive, no charge 200,000-mile warranty. And don't forget, the price won't be the problem at Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
When you're ready for replacement windows, we offer high-quality, energy-efficient windows in many styles and colors. We want to help you improve your home's curb appeal. Free in-home estimate with upfront prices. No games or gimmicks. No high-pressure sales tactics. Double hung, picture, slider, casement, and architectural shapes. We offer them all. We've got a window for every home and a window for every budget.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Good morning. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Grab the jackets and the sunglasses. You can shed those jackets later on today. And then as we head through the next couple of days, we're going to be talking about the chance of wind and rain throughout the day on Thursday. We should be on the drier side on Friday. Another little weak wave moves through on Saturday. May bring us a few clouds and a little bit of light rain. Subject to change. I'll keep you posted on that. And then more sunshine and warming temperatures Sunday into next week. So beautiful day on tap. Increasing high-level clouds as we get closer to sundown. So if you like to say, take photographs, this should be a nice sunset tonight. So enjoy that. All right, temperatures low, mid, and upper 60s. We're going to be pushing close to 70 across the Southern Valley, and that's going to make for a nice evening. Good night to do some grilling in the backyard. By 6 o'clock, we're in the mid to upper 50s, upper 40s to low 50s by 8, and by 10, we'll be in the mid to upper 40s. We're going to walk you through that future cast, talk about those rain chances, the wind, and, of course, your 3-day forecast. That's coming up in just 5 minutes. I'll be right back. We're going to have some high-level clouds overnight tonight, plus we'll have a southerly flow to the atmosphere, and that's going to help to warm our low temperatures up. It should be a nice, quiet, comfortable, still cool start to our Thursday morning. But here's the deal. The wind's going to be on the increase throughout the day on Thursday. Winds are going to be gusting 25, 30, 35 miles per hour, and that's a sign of the changing weather pattern, and that changes the cold front. So the clouds will be on the increase throughout the day on Thursday. We have a chance for maybe some scattered light rain showers as we get into the afternoon hours, but the bulk of the rain doesn't come through until as we get closer to about sunset and beyond. And then that cold front races its way off to our south and southeast. We'll see some drier weather conditions as we get through the day on Friday and bring those temperatures down just a couple of degrees from what we will experience today and also tomorrow. Rainfall amounts, generally speaking, looking at about a half an inch of rainfall across much of East Tennessee, a little bit less down across the Southern Valley. So your 3-day forecast, look at these temperatures. It's going to be great. Low to mid 60s today and tomorrow. We'll be in the mid to upper 50s on into our Friday. And as I mentioned, there's a slight chance for some maybe light showers on Saturday. I'll explain details on that. Coming up with a big picture weather pattern and your extended 7-day temperature trend. Stay with us. All right, recapping those weather headlines. Beautiful today, increasing clouds and wind and rain on Thursday. Quiet on Friday, and maybe another chance for some light rain showers as we get into our Saturday. But not a big deal as it stands right now. Just may help to, bring us a little bit of light rain on Saturday. That's really about the extent of it. So here's your future cast throughout the day today. Plenty of sunshine is on the way. Temperatures this afternoon across much of the region. We're talking 50s, 60s, and 70s. That trend continues on into our Thursday. Thursday into Friday, we'll see just a little bit of a cool down to our north, and that's associated with that cooler, drier air settling on into the area. But we're going to keep these disturbances going as we get into the upcoming weekend. So when you look at your rain chances, we'll go the bulk of the rain on Thursday evening, wrapping up Friday morning. And I've added about a 20% chance for some light rain showers on Saturday. So here's the future cast as we head into our Thursday. It is going to be mostly liquid precipitation, even across the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. Cold front's going to be sliding our way. Could see a couple of scattered showers out ahead of it as we get into our Thursday evening. But Thursday night into Friday morning, the cold front slices on through the area, bringing us those rain showers across East Tennessee. And then we'll see some clearing back behind it. But another little weak wave will swing its way in as we get into our Saturday, and that may spark off a couple of light showers and bring us a few more clouds. Generally speaking, we're talking about a ½ inch of rain, give or take, here or there. So it is going to produce some decent rain around the area. We're also not going to see a big cool down behind this front. We'll see more seasonable temperatures on Saturday, but look at next week. A nice spring pattern is on the way. How about some 70s? You ready for that? I'm ready for that. It's going to be nice to be able to get outside and enjoy, but don't plant yet. We're still way too early. I know we kind of get enthusiastic about trying to plant when it starts to warm up, but don't do it yet. All right, low temperatures, a little bit of a roller coaster ride, up and down and all around, but our average low temperature for this time of the year is in the low to mid 30s.